welcome to another episode of Empower Podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Michael Abney, and today I am joined with my other co-host,
Marilyn Egan.
And we have a special guest.
Yes, Susanne Joie.
Yay.
Hi.
Welcome.
Yay.
Thank you for stopping by.
Oh, this is exciting.
So glad you're here.
So you guys know each other, yes? You guys work at the Peace Place?
We met through a mutual friend, Jackie, who's been on our podcast before.
Yes.
And now I have the pleasure of Susanne working and doing her work out of the Peace Place.
Yay.
Yes.
When did you go out there?
Oh, probably April?
I think so.
Probably April. Yeah.
Mhm.
Awesome. And what's your experience of like, what was when I'm interested, so the first time you went to the Peace Place, what was your experience?
Oh, it was pretty magical. I had gone there for a gathering in the backyard, and it was before I think the labyrinth was even built.
Oh,
It
could
was,
be.
Yeah. And so we had done a ceremony out back. So having that ceremony was really beautiful, and sharing that, our gifts with one another and our voice. So, yeah.
Yay. Yes. And then, you know what? She's amazing. We needed work. We needed the basement painted to do some more work.
Mm-hmm.
And a friend of hers, a mutual friend, decided she would organize a paint party. Susanne came over and spent 2 days painting in the basement of the Peace Place, and we'd hardly met. I was just so touched by the generosity of all the people who showed up that weekend. It was so fun, but she was one of the main ones who was there.
Well, it's a magical place. And so holding that space for it to be, expanded is really exciting.
Yay. And you're doing that now, too, by doing your work there.
Yes.
Well, I love that you found it, or it found you.
Yes, exactly.
And we know each other indirectly because you're married to Andrew Frager, that used to be in my ILP, with Landmark Education. And we've known each other for 20 some odd years. So it's kind of it's all connected.
Yeah, it's fun.
So I'm so excited to get to meet you and hear a little bit about your journey. The theme for this particular podcast series is leveling up. We all been through the pandemic, and it shifted our lives in all kinds of crazy ways. And we just hear talking about how that shifted us into what we know is a higher version of ourselves, or we're evolving, and how that looks for individuals going through that process is, to me, the most amazing conversation to be having today.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here. And we're so glad that you're here to share, your story. So at the beginning, we just met, and you shared that you had shifted in 2016, right? From corporate Susanne to there's something else going on here, right?
Yeah. I wasn't really exactly sure what was happening, but I will tell you, I felt probably July, August of that year in 2015, I just had this urge. I kept feeling this pressure, and I was like, what is this? Is this the collective? Is it me? Is it the politics? Is it, what is going on? And it was really fascinating because I was at a point where I walked into my job, and we were having an annual review, and they said, well, this is what we'll be doing next year. Actually, it was 2016, yeah. And this is what we'll be doing in 2017. And out of my mouth poured, I don't think I'm going to be doing that. And they're like, what are you talking about? And I said, I don't know what to tell you, but it's not that. And they gave me a lot of grace and ease, and they just were like, we want to keep you. But it was like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. I couldn't do it. And I was like, oh, I really have to listen in on this. And a very tragic but beautiful thing also transpired from all of that change that helped me unplug from having the feeling of having to stay connected to that world. Is one of my best friends passed away by suicide. And it literally unplugged my world so that I could release myself from having to fit into a particular place. It was one of those spaces in which I really had to come back into my own center and really listen to myself. And that gave me the freedom to hear messages that I wouldn't have otherwise necessarily heard or paid attention to, because it all got real. And I had to listen to my inner guidance at that moment.
So we just literally had a podcast about this, like right before we got here, literally. What was the thing, because we were talking about how you start to trust that aspect of yourself. Like, what was that process? So what was it about, first of all, what was it about your friend's suicide that triggered? What was the trigger? Do you know?
Well, I kept hearing her from the other side.
She was communicating.
She was communicating with me. And also me being able to be really in my body. I was healing my body at the time. I was, it was almost like an involution, needing to really stay grounded in taking care of my vehicle. So as that happened, I was hearing more and more clear messages because I was honoring my temple and just falling right into my sacral and just moving where I was being called to move to at those moments, literally on a day-to-day moment by moment, and just leaping into the unknown and just embracing all of it. Scary as all get out, but it was, when I was heard, okay, you're going to just take a road trip. And I'm like, I am? And I was like, okay, where are we going? And like literally day by day, I knew I was going to be traveling, and I called them my love tour. I would go and visit people along this path and just imbibing love and like healing myself and connecting to the land and connecting to others. So that was a real eye-opening journey of not feeling like I had to do anything or be somebody specific. It was me unbecoming and rebecoming at the same time.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it's the unwinding, redeveloping, recalibrating, and reemerging as something completely different.
Yeah.
Which
transformation.
Is, super powerful.
Yeah, totally.
And I feel like we're all swimming in that soup.
Yes.
And on such a bigger way. And it's constantly evolving. So again, for me, it's been the involution of what I'm here being and what I get to harness and what I get to gift to myself and to the world. So it's not just me, it's all of us. We're not separate. So how can I further my development in such a way that can honor myself, my ancestors, and everyone else around me? Yeah.
And how is that manifesting?
Oh, it's actually quite beautiful. It's I've been struggling during the past couple of weeks with clearing a lot of old ancestral stories of any type of fear or frustration or anger or like, are we there yet?
Yeah.
No.
And so what's really transmuting a lot of that agitation to really being at peace with what is. And I think it's about grounding that energy. I equate it to feeling like you're a piece of seaweed that's really grounded in the shoreline. And the ebbs and flows of the waves, they come and go, but you are pliable and are resilient and just flow with the water. That's, I guess, my analogy.
And stay connected.
Stay completely connected.
To the
strong
earth.
Foundation to the earth while everything else is going on around you.
Yeah.
So that's been pretty powerful.
Yeah. So you've had lots of years in this process. Is there anything you could say that would reassure people who are just now beginning that process? that, it's not always easy, but there's a way.
Yes. In fact, what's so funny is we have to see beyond the illusion of what is just here, because we live in a multidimensional world. It's not, just 3D. So learning to really trust and harness your ability to listen intently, whether it be through meditation or whatever tool that you'd like to use to connect to your higher self, so that you are able to tune in and hear. And then you can also receive the messages and support from the unseen world to help guide you on your path as well. I mean, everybody's here to help assist all of us through this.
Or we wouldn't be here.
Or we wouldn't be here.
Right.
And so it's making ourselves available and open for expansion that is really, what I'd like to share is just trust yourself, trust your guidance, your GPS, your own GPS, not listening to somebody else's GPS. Let me just make that clear, but yours and yours alone. And it may mean that you don't necessarily fall around in the same crowds, and just peacefully recognize that is a shift. And those that resonate with you or with your message or what you're being guided to, trust that.
Yeah.
Really.
And be okay with, don't hold on to things around you when you ascend, because people, they do it their own vibe. They do them when they do them. Like, it's like that. Right. So you're absolutely 100% correct. Because some of us have attachments to those things around us, but who is around you is directly impacting your ability, period.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And recognizing what's the gift in it.
Yeah.
The people that you surround yourself with, everyone's a gift and everyone's a teacher. And so who are you surrounding yourself with, and does that still resonate with you? I cleared a lot of energy from all of my belongings back then. And was like, that's really not me anymore. And as I let go of that stuff, that allowed me the space and the ability to just allow new things into my life. Same way, mentally, being able to shift and be aware and conscious of our choices will open us up to new possibilities, because everything is there for us if we so choose. It's just a matter of what are we deciding to choose and what do we need to clear in order to make space for that.
Yeah. So sometimes those new possibilities look scary. Did you have situations where you had to discern whether it was real fear or just an outside the box feeling? Does that make sense to you?
Right. So is it from the collective, or is it from my own personal journey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, I know my work has been on self-value and self-acceptance and self-love. And so, and knowing that each one of us is unique and different. And so I dealt with a lot of childhood stuff, and recognizing just because I'm different doesn't mean that it's good or bad or otherwise. It's learning how to accept that and be honoring of this particular light that I am, the light being that I am.
Yes. Beautiful.
So.
Beautiful.
How has this led to the shift in like what you're doing in life now or preparing to do, or what part of the journey like that always levels you up into that next space? But what is that? Like, what was the gift that you're now unfolding? Because I sense that that's what's happening.
Yeah. So the gift that is really unfolding for me is to share and mentor and guide people. It's kind of like I've been in the closet, doing this for people that were attracted to me. But I think it's more for me now to step out to be of assistance to others. And so mentoring others is certainly something that I'm being guided to now share. I've collected enough of my own data. I'm one of these people that love to tinker in collecting all kinds of information so I can be of best service. But now it's melding the mind with my spirit in my body into the next evolution of what this might turn out to be, and exploring the fun part of just being ecstatic about life and seeing where it leads us, and not, we can make it whatever we want to, which is pretty delightful, but we don't always see it that way, unfortunately. But, everybody has their path of where they come to grips with, how can I make this even better? I mean, finding Andrew was a miracle. I kind of like let that whole possibility go of my, just letting it subside. I was married for 25 years and had a divorce in 2015. And, I did the dating thing, and then I kind of but I had to really get into who I want to be and what I want to do while I'm here. And as soon as I got really super clear about that, he popped into my life, and it was instantaneous, and it was go time. And
Yeah.
I can't explain that. We knew it instantly, and the rest is history. And that's been now 2 years. So it's really powerful stuff when we get out of the way and we listen to our guides and God leading us on our path. And you can call it God, you can call it universal energy, you can call it your higher self, whatever
Speaks to you.
speaks to you. Yeah. And
So with you being at Maryland's, is there a modality or is there a thing? What's the nitty gritty?
I do a couple of different things.
Yes.
So some of it is energy clearing, and some of it specifically with sound. And
Okay.
so one of the things I call myself a frequency shifter. As someone lays on my table, I'm asking for the highest and best to come through, and sound actually comes through to either clear, upgrade, or shift and change whatever is the client needs for their next space. And allowing that to reverberate, because sometimes words get in our head and then it bounces around. What we're really feeling is the vibration.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
this is, we're talking about evolving the way in which we do business by really tuning into the frequency. And as we shift our frequency, we can feel lighter, and we can, it doesn't have to be as heavy. There's no necessary for a burden. And one of the other things I get to play with, because I choose to, is really playing with our human design and our divine footprint or fingerprint, blueprint. And so I offer classes on Wednesday with a group of people to really kind of dive into their own journey, their soul's journey.
And
So,
it's fabulous. I've been participating in that.
What's your experience of it?
It is the deepest picture of who we really are. And in this, we see our possibility of who we can be, who we're meant to be in our highest frequency. And I was told Suzanne, I said, I think I need some help. I read one of my numbers and that the highest part of that frequency. And I had such a visceral response that, I had to run outside and get into the grass.
When you said red numbers, what do you mean?
This is a book called The Gene Keys.
Okay.
Okay. And so there's a profile for each person.
Okay.
And you study those little by little. It's not something that you can just pick up overnight. It is a process. And that's why Suzanne's been studying it for 4 years. And I just barely started.
What was it called again?
Gene Keys.
Gene Keys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's part of the human design. But it's powerful information that, like I said, it just touched me in such a big way that I cried. I thought I was going to be sick, and I had to go get my feet in the grass outside.
Well, it's doing so much by moving different and shifting within our bodies. So if people are physically feeling it, not to be afraid,
Right.
but to know that we're all digesting all of these new light codes and different vibrational
Frequencies.
Yes.
energies.
Mhm.
And so as we're doing this upgrading, we're shedding off old stuff and really and starting to put on our new coats, so to speak.
Yes.
You know,
Of who we were always meant to be.
exactly. So it's remembering.
Yes.
It's
is.
almost like the royal robe. You know, you're remembering who you are.
Yeah.
How did that information come to you?
Oh
I
goodness.
always find that so fascinating. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how did that, like how Abraham was one of those things that changed
Right.
everything for me, and how that like came through a person who gave it to a person, Aaron Joy,
Yeah.
and gave it to me.
Right.
And that person that gave it to her was Matthew Ferry, that I'm now in 22 years. I've been in his mastermind for a year.
Oh,
Like,
that's amazing.
Right.
Well, my journey, I've been a metaphysician most of my life as I grew up. But I will say I studied a lot about meditation to find my center. I ended up studying cards for a long time and pendulum work and energy work and becoming a Reiki master. But I think when I started really hearing my own voice, I ended up doing a lot of toning to heal my body. And I also ended up doing a lot of light language, and that would just pour out of me. And I didn't know exactly what it was when I did it. I literally would look up a Google search, like a Google translator, saying, where is this coming from? And can I, like, maybe it's some other ancient, like dialect or something. But when it would pour out me, it just made my body feel so fantastic. And so that was a big healing portion of my journey, especially in 2017, 2018. And then I started studying sound therapy, and then just listening to my internal messages of where to go and who I needed to meet. And so I'd get confirmations along the way. So I knew that I was on to something. And that's what led me to doing what I kind of do today.
fascinating.
Exactly.
When you
She's
were
got
talking-
a beautiful voice. And when she's doing the light language, it does not matter what it means. I don't even think it can be interpreted in our language that would do it justice frequency-wise.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that corporate girl wanted to look up and see what it meant, but
Of course.
you moved her out.
Yes, it was the corporate Diana part. But,
Yeah.
My childhood Zoe friend was like, it doesn't matter.
Do you still talk to her?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. She's like, come on, let's play. So,
Mhm.
so it's merging and blending those things together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
When you were talking, I saw a lifetime of yours, and you were doing this in the inside the pyramids
Yes.
in Egypt.
Yes.
And you were a guy then, but you were the pharaohs. You were the, yeah, wow. Oh my God.
Yeah. That's fun. Yeah. And I've had some other past life stuff that's come up where I've been doing
So
that,
it is
that energy
a
work.
remembering for you.
Mm-hmm. So when I'm a clear channel and the sounds come out, it's clearing a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
It will also levitate things in the future. I just saw that too.
Yeah.
I need to
for
quit.
sure.
Okay. I'm supposed to be interviewing, not channeling. But we're all channels.
Yes,
we're all
we
channels.
are.
This
That's
happens
right.
all the time.
We are.
Yes.
What do you see is like next for you? Like what are you excited? What's pulling you right now? And this because I feel like we're all starting to come out the other side. Where our confidence is like, yes, this has happened. And yes, I'm confident I might not know where this is going.
Right. I have
But
no
I-
idea.
But I know.
Right. And so for me, it's the actual being seen part, because I've always been like, I get things done, but it's always in the background. Cancel, delete. It's now go time where I can show up and be there in support of a lot more people who are needing assistance. And, to call myself a healer, I remember always saying, and
Yeah.
we're just here being us. And that's really what it is, it's just being present.
Yeah, that
Yes.
is healing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So the next evolution, being supportive along people on their optimal health journey, wellness, just I'm now going to be doing some mentoring in the School of Light. So we'll probably have a 3-month container for that. And it's really going to, part of it is some of my gene key is all on ancestral reverence. So taking the golden nuggets from our ancestors and imbibing them into this space and time now as we shed off the rest. So whatever that really looks like, I have no idea, but I just sense that we're holding that space for our the next phase.
Iteration, yes.
Yeah,
Our next go around
Yay.
at creating humanity.
that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Got to connect to it first, but yeah.
Going with the flow,
It's
following the flow of life.
Right. It's the evolution, but involution. And, we're not going further up. We're grounding that energy down
In us,
into our
yes.
bodies. And our bodies have known. It's just now awakening the different parts of our DNA so that we remember all of it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, thank you so much for being a part of it and sharing your journey with us
Thank
today
you.
and
Yes.
everybody that's listening. So, Marilyn, what's your takeaway from today?
Oh gosh, I have so many. Suzanne's got so many gifts, but I think the beauty that speaks through all of her gifts is the light language and the toning. That's universal. That's universal. You can help so many, many people that don't even know they're getting helped and that you don't even know you're giving to with that work. But you do so much already, but that's huge. That's huge. And it's a beautiful gift to have that's rare.
And you trusted it,
yes.
Mm-hmm.
which is actually part of how it activates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Thanks for following the hunch.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you.
So, yay. Thank you so much for being here today.
I appreciate you both. Thank you. And
True
thank you to all
blessings.
the listeners to just trust your own guidance. You'll be led right along the way.
Yeah.
One
Yes.
step in front of the other. Don't need to get anywhere fast. Enjoy the ride
Yeah.
and just
Yes.
be at peace and have patience with yourself.
Because there's the mind,
Yes.
like when the new thing happens, the mind
Mhm.
will hijack that and create a false sense of urgency,
Yes. And
which
just,
jacks it all up. So
Right.
just let that go.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's
slow
all
it down.
divine. You got it when you got it, the perfect time, and the rest will continue to unfold. And
Yeah.
like grateful for the insight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
stay present and be in patience with yourself and love on yourself and forgive yourself for trying too hard because you don't need to try. You are beautiful just the way you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. Mic drop.
There you go.
Thanks for being here and thanks for listening in. Hope you guys got really amazing value out of today. I put everybody's links down in the description box below. And yeah, my tongue's tied for last time. And you guys have a really great day. Love you. Thank you for listening. And we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.